SUBPAC have very kindly made me one of their supporters, and I'm currently using one of their S2s in my studio at the moment, which works perfectly with my setup. So a few weeks ago we headed up to their London HQ to have a chat with them about the company.
On my business card and on my emails, I'm partnership development, which is quite a broad term. So I initially got involved with SUBPAC because of my contacts within the industry, being a record buyer, being a big bass head, whether it's dub reggae, being working with dub vendor, working at black market and that. But nowadays I tend to do a lot more on the retail side of things. I do a little bit of marketing for the UK office, but I do like to connect the dots between things. So there's so many different areas that we're working in at the moment, and we're such a small team in Europe. There's only 4 of us now. I wear a lot of hats, basically, a lot of bass hats. Yeah, sure. So our parent company, which are like a charitable initiative, Studio Feed, initially started off in Canada a few years ago, and the SUBPAC was one of the initial concepts that they had, and we've pushed ahead with it ever since, and it's a winner. Some of the initial founders of our company, John and Lexu and Todd Chanecki, they were ravers, from Canada, and there was a lot of UK pods going over to Canada, people like Kenny Ken, putting on raves, and I believe they was in a rave, and they thought, can we take this experience home? Can we have it in another context? And the SUBPAC idea was born. The main elements of a SUBPAC are tactile transducers, and one of the main advantages, a lot of people, especially producers, bedroom producers, people touring, the main advantage would be, not having to worry about acoustic space. So with a speaker, you've got the speaker cone, fluctuates the air as a medium. With a tactile transducer placed against you, the vibrations are going directly through your body. We've got like a cinema in Korea that got opened up, we've done concept cars, but really interestingly, what we're going to be launching soon is a new portal, like a new website, that will enable all of our fans and all of our affiliates to see how people use SUBPACs. So we've got people from loads of different record labels, massive labels, big artists, also underground artists, really cutting edge artists, and just explaining, how they use our technology, how it changes their workflow, how it's changed their whole environment in terms of music production and music enjoyment. And there'll be some real goodies, like free music, free mixes, presets, and VST plugins and samples and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that's coming soon. First of all, I'll start with VR and gaming. That's a massive industry that we're definitely working in at the moment. And again, it's not just for the end consumer; it's for the developers. You can't expect SUBPAC optimized content without the developers using it. So once you start to look into VR and all of the different potential applications of that, it's mind blowing. We're not just talking gaming. There's on a day-to-day basis, I see new experiences and new applications, and people using things in a just completely crazy way. But initially, the main thing, especially with like room scale VR or any VR headsets and that, you need to get the physical sensation. If you're trying to recreate a reality, we're not quite there yet. It really is still quite lawnmower man-ish. Okay, mobile technology's got a lot better, but you still need to create the physical sensations of things. So I think at the moment, some of the most interesting sort of future applications would be within a VR space. Music creation in a VR space. I mean, can you imagine that? Being able to just physically move around and completely change your workflow, and just, I don't know, there's things that I can't even comprehend right now that we're going to be implementing our technology into.
Brilliant. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Not really.
You don't have to. I mean, I think